Consider it a most glorious day out here to watch some women's lacrosse. The shadow casting over Wilson Field, a little bit of an overcast, but that won't stop us from watching what is said to be the most anticipated game on this schedule. It's the Chapman University Panthers taking on the Pomona Pitzer Sagehands, coming in here on the road. Number 12 in the nation, headed by Coach Sarah Queener. 12 seasons of experience under her belt, a Yale student as well. Smarts and wits are going to be the key for her game as she leads this team going into the playoffs, and that is exactly what they're going to need. On the other side, the Panthers, a new theme here to this squad. Coach Delaney Benson in her first season, interim head coach after the sudden departure of Coach Dan Kirkpatrick earlier this season, and she's come in and revamped the way we see the Chapman Panthers women's lacrosse team. A lot to break down here, and we are excited to get this one to you guys. Myself, Justin Lee, here with my partner Stephen Hogenkamp. Angelique Ramirez will be joining us very, very soon. But the storyline of all this in meeting is the fact that the Panthers are undefeated at home. And in here, coming through and shoots, scores for the Mustangs. They draw first blood against the Panthers. That's, like you said, an aggressive approach, of course, against the Panthers today. That's what they're going to need.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Thing to go in their favor for the Panthers, but they don't get it. But they do have possession of the ball back. George McGurk dancing around behind the net, hands it off to Luke Morissette. Shot on goal! In there for the score. The Panthers even it up early in the first quarter.
Again, this is the game we were talking about coming.
Time to set up some type of play strategy going in here. Going through towards the crease. Just above the head, and another score for the Mustangs. Quick response from the first goal of the Panthers, and now the Mustangs lead 2-1. Towards the X, running around. Driving, spin, another dodge, a shot. Oh, it got between the legs. And another goal for George McGurk. The magic continues for the Panthers. Emily Webster back in. Rayu's ready. And, ooh, a little stutter and a goal. The first one of the day for the Redlands. From your star captain, Emily Webster, puts it in for the first score for the Redlands.
At this point in the game, go experiment, go have fun.
Here come the Bulldogs driving towards inside the 8-meter
Ooh,
mark.
A shot right there.
And it gets by.
Look at that.
Great transition for
and
the
guess
Bulldogs.
who it was again?
No.
Emily Webster.
No.
Emily Webster.
You gotta be kidding me.
My gosh.
Fourth goal. She's got the
Emily.
most goals. She has the most goals out of anybody on both sides today with 4 in total. Crew for CSBN today. Doing a great job in the booth. Ben Sherman, director. Ooh, that one slides through the legs. Where did that one come from?
Stop playing. My gosh.
Emily Flatt with another
That was
goal.
nice.
Look at that one. Let's get that on replay.
Let's see the replay on that
reel.
one.
I mean, the skill level has just been so different between these two teams. And
Look at it. Look
better.
at it, Justin. Appreciate it.
Was that a no-look? Was that a no-look flip into the goal I saw?
Was it?
It looked like the head was turned away for a second, and she just flipped it around a Bulldogs defender and shoved it into the goal.
Ooh.
Getting a little creative out there. I mean, if you wanted to show off to a team and make them angry for next year, that's a great way to do it.
I mean, that was a nice goal. I'm not going to lie.
Sagehands still with possession. Chapman couldn't even get a shot off their last possession.
And another goal here as Sydney Launer gets her second one already twice within a plethora of minutes, and the Sagehands are up by 2 now.
Yeah, the Sagehands are having great communication.
Talking about Coach Delaney Benson mentioned was that they are trying to tire out that backer position as she's going back and forth across the field. And there's the first goal from the Panthers. Ada Carr getting it right in there, our key player for the game. The first one of the day for the Panthers. That is a booster right there. It's making the quick transition here. Oh, backhander right into the goal. That was the craziest series of events I just witnessed. Shoshi Henderson on the backside getting that goal, and Sydney outer Reagan chunk right in there.
Working closer into that 8-meter mark in that inner ring.
Oh my goodness! I did not just see that. What a shot there by the Sage and Sydney Landauer. That's her third goal of the day. Are you kidding me?
We saw behind the back pass now.
The Panthers have had this game marked on the calendar for a long time. And we talked about that game that they had the first time around against the Pomona Pitzer Sages, but talking to Coach Delaney Benson and other players like Annika Carlson, and actually one of the assistant players right now who's injured right now, Angelina Dew, giving us a lot of good insight about what this team has been able to adjust throughout the much of the season as they, had to adjust to a new head coach, new staff. They had some, players things going on, and there's a lot of doubt behind this team, but they've really put themselves together and put a really nice team. A little cross check there, and taking it down now is Olivia Holmes. You can tell by her unique helmet that she wears. A little Panther design on both sides of it. Annika Carlson now passing off. One of the things that Delaney Benson said was going to be important today was passing the ball off a lot more than just holding onto it and driving towards the middle inside the 8-meter arc. They're going to need plenty of that today.
Yeah, and this defensive scheme that the Sagehens has, it's really hard to isolate a defender to try to get past him that we've seen the Sagehens do.
Little violence there by Annika Carlson, who is a 3-sport athlete here at the university. Track and field, cross country, and doing lacrosse. She's been the CSB and MVP a plethora of times, and I have asked her, like, how does she manage the fact that she has to do 2 different sports? And basically that is her entire life, is going to class, doing lacrosse practice, going to the track as much as possible, and just trying to keep her body in check.
It must be really hard, especially, like you said, time management, because you're doing 3 sports and you have school on top of that. Just a lot to worry about. So she's doing a good job of managing her time and playing at such a high level in lacrosse.
Rightly so. She had a game a few weeks ago where she scored 6 goals in total, took it away, and she is running on fuel sponsored by Phil's Coffee, one of her favorite brands of coffee in the world. And there's one right down here, down the street next to Chapman University.
A lot shorter line than Starbucks.
That's very true. A nice little shot here, and it's covered up by the goalie for the Sagehens, Ruby Loesch. She had some action from right in front of her face from number 3, Josie Morrissey, and wasn't able to square it away.
Yeah, Morrissey, good look right there, but it's going to be tough to get past Ruby Loesch. Coming in today, a 50.4% save percentage. As mentioned, once again, just 5 goals a game allowed. That is incredible to produce so consistently this late in the season. Chapman, on the other hand, not too shabby on defense, just allowing 10 goals a game. But Sagehens already 2 quick ones.
That's a stark difference between the both of these teams. And you can also credit just the defensive scheme that Coach Queener runs to why the Sagehens don't see a lot of goals go beyond them. And once again, you can see the action coming here, the quick transition from the left of your screen to the right, and Pomona Pitzer has been kind of dominating on the time of possession so far.
Yeah, a little miscommunication for Pomona Pitzer. Shoshi Henderson was ahead of Sophie Pelton, just couldn't get that pass cleanly to her. We've seen that a couple times already, that the Pomona Pitzer Sagehens have gotten behind the Panther defenders very easily.
The Sagehens have only been behind 5 times in the season, and here we go, another goal for the Sagehens. Once again, getting in right in there. The 3rd goal of the day, and the Panthers are already in some very, very early trouble.
Yeah, that was Grace Warner right there. It was a really good job from her teammate, Sydney Loudner. Got past her defender, and Chapman went to double, leaving Warner wide open. And once again, no one in front. You see here, Loudner gets past number 5, Sabrina Wakuda, and then number 6, Tage Scheid goes over, leaving number 21, Grace Widener, just wide open. That's something Pomona Pitzer is really going to exploit if Chapman continues to double opponents if they get past the defenders.
There's also kind of a timing aspect when it comes to that, especially because you can't be in the 8-meter for too long. You got to get clear of that within 7 seconds, and you can be called for a penalty if you're in that box. So Coach Queener definitely emphasizes a lot of that timing in the practices between games. The Panthers get their first draw control of the day. It is picked up here. And they're taking it quickly right across the field, looking for their first goal of the day. We haven't seen too many shots. The only shot coming from Josie Morrissey earlier. That's the big emphasis here for Delaney Benson, is to control and pass around as much as possible and find your clear opportunity. Look for people like Annika Carlson and Olivia Holmes to make that home.
Pomona coming into today on a 2-game win streak of their own. They got that 2-game win streak for suffering their only loss of the season to number 11 ranked Williams College.
There's that defense once again working to fruition. The Rover check down there. Some family action here for that formation as well. Carly Sullivan is the backer in that formation, including Gwen Sullivan, her sister, and their cousin, Caroline Wells, is also a part of that formation. So a lot of communication in terms of the family.
Yeah, it's got to help also on the Pomona Pitzer Sage-Hens coaching staff. Sarah Queener's sister, Sylvia Queener, an assistant to her. So Chapman's going to work here. They did a good job getting the ball back, but they've had trouble down here within that 8-meter mark, not really working it around the X that often. You got to whip that ball around to keep the Sage-Hens moving. Maybe you get a lapse of communication there.
You see number 3, Hannah Gu, covering the ball player there earlier, and then number 14 just covering it up, and Carly Sullivan, that's the backer in that formation. And then the Rover is the person just patrolling that 8-meter bar, cutting across and finding as many people as possible just to cover up.
They were trying to get it inside to Olivia Holmes down there. You see just the relentless attack.
Oh, a nice clear shot there, but it just bounces right in front of the goalie and Ruby Loesch. That was a shot there by number 6 for the Panthers, Tate Scheid, one of the true freshmen on this team as well.
Yeah, she's had a great season, 30 points this year just as a freshman. So she's definitely someone that is going to be a force to reckon with in the SCIAC for years to come.
There's Olivia Ng, one of the key players we mentioned earlier. And it's going to take a lot, especially for people like Annika Carlson, to make something happen here. There's the Rover there from the Pomona Pitzer Sage-Hens defense. And again, that Rover style is what has been working. When they get singled up like that, they get double teamed pretty fast.
Yeah, it was Gwen Sullivan. They're just having great anticipation attacking those passes to the inside.
A little miscue here on the transition game for the Sage-Hens. Ooh, someone got bumped on the head. This might be a call for a headshot against the Panthers. Fiona Lewis was working down there, and she got contact with a stick.
That's going to be Ariana Covarrubias. Will go take a little seat, get a little water from her teammates.
Sage-Hens still working in the outside part of the arc, and Arehu swipes it away. Nice goalie play there by Crew.
A really good job. Normally you don't see goalies go after those. That's a really aggressive move. That if Haru missed that, it would be an easy goal for the Sage-Hens, but with her longer net, she's able to snag that one out of the air. Just across the 6-minute mark. Panthers have done a lot better job these last few minutes in terms of defense, but they're really struggling against that defensive scheme of the Sage-Hens right now.
And once you see again that miscue happening, Annika Carlson, the ball bouncing out of her net, and now the Sage-Hens are really driving down the field, and they got to get the defenders back. They got to be tired already within the first, 6 minutes of this game.
Yeah, the defenders are really being caught, not paying attention too much. Once again, the Sage-Hens were able to get behind the defenders. Luckily for the Panthers, they were able to get back in time. But like you said, Justin, they got to work on that.
And another goal here from the Sage-Hens as Hannah Go gets it right in to the right side of Enhere's net. And the Pomona Pitzer Sage-Hens go up 4 now.
The Aussie right.
Well, that is going to be it for us here at CSBN. My name is Justin Lee, Stephen Hogenkamp, my esteemed partner. Obviously, we gave our shout-outs. Our producer, Nathaniel Rudolph, back there, and also Alejandro Flores on a directing job. It has been a wonderful day out here for us. We shall see you guys in the next game. The final score, 16-2. Pomona Pitzer Sage-Hens move on with another dub.